Attention!
Barry.
Go!
You heard the cock shout draw there. I mean, does that do anything for you as an oarsman? Is that just a reminder to keep your head in the boat, Pete?
Yeah. So first thing I heard her say was bury. So at that point, all of the athletes would have slightly lifted their hands vertically, so the spoon drops slightly into the water. It's covered to make sure you've got a grip and a connection off the front on the very first stroke. She will be saying draw out of habit, and that's not a bad thing at all, because all you want to do is get the first stroke right, finish that off, and then get the second stroke right, and then things click.
So Pangbourne still in contact. Just a chance to mention the Pangbourne School appeal that the boat club had. They really look into Pangbourne alumni to contribute as much as possible, and lots of potential donors will be supporting the crew at Henley this year, and want to see this college first 8 in action. So a shout out to them, but this Teddy's crew look to be dispatching them with ease, really, I guess, Pete.
Yes, early on in the race, so we're away from the island now. The conditions will start to settle out. They've made the start look easy there, and that's awesome for St Edward's School. I'm looking carefully at blade work here as well. That's as neat as I've seen all afternoon from the commentary box. Yeah,
pretty cool, isn't it? And St Edward's, of course, coached by Johnny Singfield, and not a lot of people will know about your relationship with Johnny Singfield, Pete, and they might be very interested to hear about it. Maybe you'd like to tell us.
Yeah, I think if Johnny's listening, we've got a lot to thank you for, mate. So in 2008, I went to the Olympic Games in the Coxless 4. Everybody knows that the great Jürgen Grobler, who we love and admire, was our coach and had an enormous impact on how we prepared for that race. Not many people know as well that Johnny Singfield came in to work with us to do some technical coaching with that crew, and such was his impact in 2012. I hope you all get to find this out for yourselves, young rowers, but when you win an Olympic gold medal for your national team, you are given your oar, and it's all painted up with the names of the crew. And on our 2008 oars, we've got the names of the 4 athletes, and Coach Jürgen Grobler and Coach Johnny Singfield.
So, that's a great story. Johnny Singfield, one of the most famous rowers. I rowed with him, won a World Championship medal with John, and he's now spending his time at this school. Look at the technique. You heard Pete Reed talk about how flawless it is. They're kind of easy now, down into a kind of more steady paddle, and they would have known about this race. The thing is, Pete, I looked at who these are likely to race, and I think St Edward's, if they win this race, will be racing the might of Hamilton Boys' School from New Zealand. Those big monsters that we saw crush St George's earlier this afternoon.
They will know that as well, so they'll try and make this as easy as possible, and try and save something in the tank for Wednesday. It's we've just gone through the marker there, but the rates come down, and I've mentioned blade work already. Pay attention to this blade work. If you're school level rowing, if you're club level rowing, pay attention to what's going on here. It's easy to look good when you're up and when the ratings come down, but a huge credit to St Edward's here. That looks really impressive.
Strongman's going to be a Husky next year. That means he's going to the University of Washington over in Seattle, and it's great to see these rowers getting scholarships from American universities, and credit to St Edward's, the school. It's a co-ed school, so they have to work really hard to get enough athletes in their first 8. There we see Jack Minaj, the bowman Joseph McVeigh in front of him. Jack Minaj with his cap back. He's just 17 years of age, probably have another year at Henley at 3. Rufus Henning, he's a German champion in the double in 21, and he's on a scholarship to Teddy's. Bly Henshawood, his dad's Alex Henshawood, who used to coach at Eton, would you believe? Former lightweight international. Zany Chapman, Eton Hughes, the big man in the 6th seat. Harvey Burford at 7 and won the PE, as we said. Nick Bechter also won the PE, and Felix Jameson, another Teddy's Cox, who has got the PE laurels on his palmares.
if you don't mind if I jump in here, Martin, we've just got a moment in this race. I just want to remind the viewers, the listeners, the rowing fans, the friends, the family, the fanatics, just how, I'm going to embarrass you here, just how lucky we are to have Martin Cross with us in the commentary box. So we had Kath helping me out earlier, but and now Martin, the encyclopedic knowledge and the dedication and the time and attention that you put into rowing and all of these crews. I nearly said young crews, but all of these crews. It blows my mind. I'm glad you're here holding my hand. Yeah, the world of rowing has a debt of gratitude to you, mate.
You're a star, mate. And I'm looking at that Teddy's boat. It's got the carbon wing riggers. And that is the pricey end of the market. It's probably the most expensive racing shell on the planet. You guys always rode in Empackers, didn't you?
Yeah, actually that shell looks very, very familiar to me. We always rode in Empackers. I think Jürgen, our chief coach, always had a very good relationship with Rainer Empacker in Germany. But so many boats are so good. But this looks familiar, and it's a motive for me actually to sit here and look at these oars, these crews, the sleeve there, the gates, the swivels, the spacers. All of that was my bread and butter for 15 years, and so all I can say to St Edwards is thank you for making an elderly man feels passionate again.
Yeah, you're not that old, Pete. Yes, so St Edwards out in the middle of the course. The umpire hasn't said anything because they are well in front, as you can see. It's a great run out on the course for the holders, and they will really have to put their shoulders to the wheel tomorrow, I think, when they race Hamilton. But for now, St Edwards take that heat of the Princess Elizabeth. They drop their blades to wait for their worthy opponents from Pangbourne College, the qualifiers. And Pangbourne just coming up to cross the line. They're racing all the way. Well done, guys. That is their race done. So to confirm the results, St Edwards School beat Pangbourne College in a heat of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup.